Hi YouTube. Okay, so don't mind my hair. Don't mind my face. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to make this video and I didn't feel like getting dressed or doing my face or doing my hair and none of that. I really had something that I wanted to get out. So I want to start this YouTube channel and just kind of talk about some of the things that I've gone through and hoping to help somebody who's going through them currently. And also to help myself by really getting them out and like feeling like what I'm telling other people, what I've gone through, will help them. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is about the first childhood trauma that I ever endured. And then I'll just kind of go through my life a little and like kind of give you guys a rundown of kind of what I've dealt with in my life, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. So when I was about 5 or 6, I was in kindergarten at this time, and I went to my cousin's house. So I have two cousins who are brother and sister. One is a girl, one is a boy. And one night we made some forts. We made a fort, I'm sorry. We made a fort, and next thing I know, once my girl cousin has gone to sleep, my guy cousin forces himself on me and molests me. And at that age, even being 5 or 6, I can't remember what age, but it was 5 or 6. So at that age, even though I'm young, I know that what he's doing is wrong. It hurts so much, and I knew that something was wrong. Like, I know that what he was doing was completely just wrong. And it hurt a lot because, number one, my cousin, I didn't look at him as just a cousin. I looked at him like my brother because we grew up together. And so I knew that it was wrong, and I couldn't understand why my brother was touching me like that in inappropriate places and forcing himself into certain areas and certain places, and why does it hurt so bad, and why am I bleeding? And it was the worst feeling. And at that point, before that happened, I was a very open child. As far as, I was very energetic, I was very outspoken, I loved to talk to people. I just was a very just happy-go-lucky kid who had so much energy and was so full of life. And after the incident, it's almost like I went into a shell. Like, I went into my, like, I stopped being so happy, and I stopped being so carefree. And I didn't want to talk about it with my mom because I didn't necessarily blame myself, but I just felt like I did something wrong and he did something wrong, and I didn't understand that it wasn't my fault. And I remember feeling so alone about it that I couldn't tell anybody that I was so violated. And I didn't know how to express that at 5 or 6. So I really just held on to it. And like I said before, I was a very open, happy child, and I loved to just talk and meet people and talk to strangers. And I was so full of life. And after I wasn't anymore. And that was a secret that I kept with myself. And it was hard because I was forced to be around him. And after that situation, I didn't want to be around him. I didn't trust him. I was just, I was scared. I didn't want to be around him, and it was hard. And I also felt like my cousin at the time, my girl cousin, was in the room, and I almost felt like, did she know? Was she awake? Did she hear anything? She had to have. And I didn't feel secure around them at 4 or 5. Like, I really didn't. And I felt horrible. And going through that over my life, it's been really hard. It's been so hard. Because when people meet me now, guys, and they deal with me, a lot of people don't want to deal with people who have been through stuff like that. And they're not willing to deal with how you act after, you know what I mean? They don't understand. And it's really, really hard. Because nobody asked to be molested. Nobody asked to be raped. Nobody asked to be touched. And it, like, when you're so young like that, well, it doesn't matter what age you are, but especially when you're that young, you don't know how to act. You don't know you don't know what normal is anymore. It really ruins you. It completely ruins you as a person. Because you don't trust anybody. You don't trust men. And it ruins sex for you. Like, what is something that is so beautiful, you don't look at it as something beautiful anymore. Obviously not at that age do you look at that as something beautiful. When you get older, you don't look at it as something beautiful. They ruin that for you. The people who do that to people, they ruin it. And then you have to pick up the pieces and try to figure out sexually what is normal. And it's really, really hard. And it's also hard when you go through that and you don't tell anybody. I finally got enough courage to tell my mom when I was either 17 or 18. I threw it at her in an argument. And her reaction wasn't very good. And it kind of reassured for me why I don't trust people. Why I don't tell people. And from that day forward, even though I was already broken, it just took a little bit more of my heart. Because it's like the one person in the world that I should be able to tell this to, and that should hold me in their arms and tell me, like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I didn't get that. I got a horrible reaction. And it just made me feel like, see, this is why you kept it a secret. See, this is why you didn't tell anybody. And it hurt. My trust for people died that day that my cousin did that to me. And then it died just a little bit more when she said what she said to me.
Um,
at 27, I'm learning to work through it. I've been in counseling for a couple months now. Now I've talked to my mom about the situation, and she's apologized, and we've really worked through that, and so I'm not mad at her anymore or hurt by it. We're really working through it. But it's so hard to share this information or even the other things that I've been through with other people because I've been rejected every time. And it always seems to lead back to this because I haven't fully healed myself and I haven't fully learned how to cope with what happened to me in a proper way. And I haven't learned how to, in a relationship, not allow what happened to me in my past to affect what goes on in my relationship. Although I'm taking steps to fix it, it's really ruined my chances of having a normal relationship with somebody thus far. And that hurts because you feel less of a person. Like you're not normal. And it's really, really hard to wake up every single day and you feel so low about yourself. It's really hard. And I've done a good job lately since counseling to really try to work past it and not allow that to keep holding me back. But I'm telling you, it's hard. I was in a relationship and it just wasn't just my past, but my past played a really big part in it. It just didn't work out. And it really hurts because I know deep down inside that I'm a really good person. I really, truly am. I'm probably one of the sweetest people that you'll ever meet. But it sucks that things that have happened to me out of my control are affecting my relationships with people that I could have seen myself married to. I just sometimes sit and wonder, like, is this going to be my life forever? Or are people just... Am I just broken? Because that's how I feel. Like, I feel less than a person and I feel broken. And I don't feel okay with that. I feel like, is anybody gonna take the time to understand that I've been through things, but I'm working on myself and I'm not allowing that to hold me back? Like, that happened. It took me a while to work through it, but I'm working on it and I'm worth it. And it's just, I don't know. I know a lot of women go through this, but do we really speak on how hard it is to date when you're, when you've gone through that? I just know that I'm not the only person to feel like this, and I don't really hear a lot of people speak on this. And I just want to know that I'm not alone. You know? I know other people are going through this. And I know that some people, they take what happened to them and they
they allow it to affect them their whole life, and they don't sit back and try to work on their self so that they don't allow this to ruin their life. Because it affects more than just your personal, your love life. It affects relationships with just maybe a boss or a friend or a family member. It affects your life in every aspect. And I just want to know that I'm not alone on trying to work through that. Because at 27, I'm frustrated. I feel like is the ending of my chapter, is there going to be somebody who loves me on the other side, even for everything that I've been through, and who doesn't judge me for the person that I am? Because that's hard. It's hard. It's hard when all your firsts get taken from you, and you almost feel like you're punished, or like you're tarnished goods after the fact, because a lot of men are not going to deal with that. A lot of men don't want to deal with it, especially going through this, being Black and everything. It's hard. It really is hard. So yeah, just let me know, you guys, in the comments. Tell me if you've gone through this. DM me, let me know. I'm gonna put my email down here. Email me. I just want to know that I'm not alone. I'm gonna keep talking about the things that I've gone through in my life and all that stuff like that.